I fed this clip into an AI communication analysis tool. Here's what it said: poised, confident, flawless. And here's what I see: a body working very hard to appear effortless, muscle tension in the arms and shoulders, intentional transitions between poses rather than natural movement, a gaze that is directed but not connected. This is not confidence. This is a performance of confidence, and the AI cannot tell the difference. The gap between what the algorithm scores and what a human nervous system actually feels when watching someone is what I want to talk to you about today. Because that gap is not just interesting. In your organization, it may cost you. I'm Tatiana Teppaeva. I spent 17 years at Microsoft and Boeing. I hold a US patent in AI predictive systems. I also hold a master's degree in data science from Harvard, and I'm a certified nonverbal intelligence expert and personality profiler. I work at the intersection of two worlds that rarely talk to each other: AI evaluation systems and human behavioral science. And what I see from that intersection is a problem most organizations don't know they have. Can AI read whether someone is sincere or just performing sincerity? This matters more than most leaders realize, because AI is now embedded in hiring, performance reviews, promotional decisions, and compensations across most major organizations. And most of those people making those decisions have had no training on what these tools actually measure or miss. So the question is not whether AI is in the room. It's already in the room. The question is whether you know what it's reading. AI communication tools measure what I call the shell: vocal pace, filler words, eye contact percentage, sentence structure, response latency, facial symmetry. These are real signals. The data layer is genuine and useful, but the shell is not the person. Let me show you what I mean with the same subject analyzed 3 ways. Look at this clip. AI verdict: paused, confident, flawless, no improvement suggested. And my read is: the body is performing. Every movement is a deliberate transition from one held pose to another. The muscle definition in the arms and shoulders tells me the body is not relaxed, it's working hard. The gaze not connected but controlled. A person who is genuinely at ease doesn't hold themselves this precisely. This is the performer-initiator type managing every signal deliberately. The AI reads the output. I read the effort behind the output. They are not the same thing. And now look at this. AI verdict this time added one word: tense, because she moved. And when she moved, the shell shifted. Natural movement interrupted performance briefly, and the AI caught a flicker of something it couldn't explain. It flagged tense but had no framework for why. It detected a signal it couldn't interpret. That interpretation is human work. Now watch this. Same person, completely different energy.
That's an interesting question. It's changed me in a lot of ways, but the most is I feel safe, like just really secure, so I'm more vulnerable. Just like, I was on the earlier segment.
Yeah.
I wasn't a big crier. And now I'm just like, I cry, especially when I talk about my children.
Yeah.
So that's probably one of the biggest ways.
Like your heart is opened or something, right?
That's a really good way.
AI verdict: sincere, warm, natural, empathetic. 5 out of 5 eye contact, but also 206 words per minute flagged as too fast, 10 filler words, 12%, and 32% excess words. Yeah, starting 18% of sentences. Here is what AI missed though. 206 words per minute is not poor presentation technique. It's emotional activation. When someone speaks about what genuinely moves them, their pace accelerates naturally. That is a signal of authentic engagement, not a flaw to correct. The filler words, just like, the AI flags these as weaknesses undermining authority. I read them differently. Fillers appear when the verbal brain is catching up to genuine emotion. the authenticity leaking through the performance layer. And the yeah sentence started, the AI says eliminate them. I say notice when they appear. They mark the moments where the speaker is responding to something that actually landed rather than delivering a prepared line. Now, is she sincere in this clip? Here is my read versus the AI's read. The AI says yes, warm, natural, sincere. My read is more complicated. She's a skilled performer initiator. She knows what sincerity looks like on camera. The gestures, hands on chest, the emotional references to children, these are the signals a trained performer knows will read as authentic. But here is what I find analytically interesting. Even in a performance of sincerity, the pace breaks, the fillers appear, the yeah responses leak through. So something real is mixing with something managed. The AI cannot tell which is which. A trained human eye can, not with certainty, but with enough precision to ask the right questions. And here is the fundamental limitation of these tools. They were trained on historical data encoding what performers look like, not what genuine contributors look like, not what neurodivergent candidates look like, not what someone from a different cultural norm looks like. The result is a tool that reliably identifies people who know how to perform for evaluation and filters out people who don't, regardless of actual capability. And if people in your organization learn what the algorithm rewards, low fillers, structured responses, direct eye contact, controlled pace, they can score 95% on every metric while transmitting something completely different underneath. The AI will not catch it, but your people might, because when something is incongruent, when the shell and the person inside are not aligned, human beings feel it before they can name it. Something felt off and I cannot explain it. I just didn't trust them. These kind of feelings they experience. That felt sense is not irrational. It is the human nervous system reading signals below the threshold of conscious awareness. Microexpressions, vocal quality shifts on specific topics, gesture asymmetries, timing gaps between words and body. AI scores the signals it can measure. The human nervous system registers the signals that matter. Those are not always the same, and knowing the difference, that is what protects your organization. This is where I work. I translate what the tool measured, I explain what it missed, and I build the human oversight layer that catches the gap. In hiring, what does a trained reviewer look for when a score feels wrong? When a strong candidate scored low? When a concerning candidate scored high? In leadership assessment, what signals indicate genuine authority versus performed authority, and what the body shows under pressure that the words don't say? In promotional decisions, what does signal coherence look like across multiple contexts? Does the person read the same in a one-on-one as they do in a group presentation, as they do under challenge? These are not questions AI can answer. They still require a human who can understand both the system and the signals. I recently published a full nonverbal breakdown of this snap gesture moment and what the signal between Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sánchez reveal about power, partnership, and who manages the moment. Link in the description. If you want to understand what AI evaluation tools are missing in your organization and what your human review layer needs to catch, I work with corporate teams on exactly this. Use the link below to schedule a call with me. Tell me in the comments, have you ever seen an AI tool give feedback that contradicted what you observed in the room? Or have you ever been scored by an AI tool and felt the score missed something important? And subscribe if you would like to see more breakdowns from me. I'm Tatiana Teppaeva. AI gives you the data. I give you the read.